What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, it's the natural, scary thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, where it tends to give you AEW Saturday Night Dynamite results. The show from October 23rd, 2021, where they're in Orlando, Florida, and wait till we get to that main event, folks. I got something to say about that. But you have your commentators in good old Gerard Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. So, that being said, let's get right into the show here, folks, because, well, what show this was, besides what happened in the main event, which we'll get to. I'll give you my spot that when I get to it. AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament, Bryan Danielson versus Dustin Rhodes, and this match was good. Pretty damn good, I mean, obviously, pertains to, Dustin Rhodes, being up there in age, but even Bryan Danielson, retains him being up there in age too. Not as close as Dustin Rhodes is, but Bryan Danielson could still go, obviously. And you see Dustin Rhodes, and he could still go, or retains what he can, what he's limited to do in the ring. And it was an all out, good classic wrestling. These two guys, and pros, retains to what they can do in the ring, and in the end, it was just a damn good match. The finish of the match was, obviously Bryan Danielson getting the win, and the way he got the win was, he won with a submission, which I'm trying to remember what it was. I believe it was like the guarantee choke. Basically, Bryan Danielson has been winning with a lot of different moves in his matches. First, the elimination onto Nick Jackson. Minoru Suzuki with the bicycle knee. We'll see Russell. Bobby Fish with the heel hook. Dustin Rhodes, but put him in the guarantee. And Dustin Rhodes tapped, basically, he tapped out, but he passed out. So he basically faded. And Bryan Danielson has been winning a lot of different matches. You win a lot of matches with different moves, I should say. Which is, it's expected retains to Bryan Danielson. He's basically paying homage and, retains to how Kento has been doing this before, by the way. Kento was known for the man of 1,000 finishers, retains to how he wins his matches. And that's basically what it is, what pertains to the whole thing. Especially with the bicycle knee is the move that Kento used, was that Bryan Danielson asked permission to if you can use that move. And there you go. But like I said, Bryan Danielson was as I predicted when doing my predictions, Bryan Danielson was going to advance, and I was right. Obviously, and on top of that, and we all kind of knew anyways because the Full Gear card was kind of leaked. So well, I shouldn't say kind of, it was leaked, but I digress. Also, we go backstage and we see the close-up of the Elite shoes. Kenmaker addressing a message to the Hangman, basically Hangman Page, retains to if people really know him like he did, people wouldn't be chanting cowboy shit if they haven't chant cowboy shit, and whatever. So that was basically it. So I didn't really care about the promo that much. We had a pre-tape video promo of FTR and Tully Blanchard retains to winning the tag team titles of retains to Triple A of the Lucha Bros, and retains to that basically what they're saying here retains to beating them. That means they're in line for a AEW World Tag Team Championship, which by the way, it's been a year since they had they lost the belts, which is bullshit, by the way. They haven't got a shot ever since then. Just want to bring that shit up because the only reason that this whole thing happened with FTR and the Young Bucks is for the Young Bucks to get the win over on FTR because they were so hell bent and jealous that FTR were the talk of the town during that time when they were in WWE, when they were putting out great matches as a tag team, when they were the Revival, where it pertains to people were talking a lot about them, pertains to them being the absolute best tag team, that they were getting the most talk about of it, despite what company they're in. They were getting the most talk about about what they were capable of doing as a tag team. And and Young Bucks especially didn't like that, which is why we seen the whole thing of the fuck revival thing going on and all that, which started with with Cody Rhodes saying that being the elite, but I'm pretty sure it was because of the idea of of the Young Bucks, basically just to hide the the whole basically a cover up, which tends to they didn't start basically they're not starting shit. But anyways, but that's that. And Penta Aziometer and Alex O'Brien has a message too for FTR and all. Basically, it's a back and forth message between the two, and it basically the match is gonna happen either way at Full Gear. Now, am I expecting FTR to win the belts? No, but I'm expecting to see a good match here, and hopefully, AEW sees value in FTR of they are the best tag team. Young Bucks are the best tag team too, but no one cares about the Young Bucks at this point no more. Let's face facts. No one cares about the Young Bucks that much anymore. Now I don't know if people feel the same way about FTR, since no one really care much about them either. Which is a damn shame because they are pretty good. So hopefully they'll pay more attention to FTR of them getting those opportunities once again. Now, as far as pertains to if they do win it, is it going to be a situation where we're going to see the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle again, pertains to Proud and Powerful getting that shot again? If that were to be the case, we'll see. Yeah, wait and see. But I digress. Tony Schiavone, he's in the ring, ready to welcome Sting. And Sting comes out to spot the whole thing more since what happened with Darby Allin. And basically Sting was going to speak, but then MJF, excuse me, I should say, came out along with Wardlow. Basically, he called Wardlow. He came out by a super. I meant to say. I apologize. Wardlow wasn't out there with him, but basically he asked Florida to show some class, because basically they were saying something about the FTR. MJF, excuse me. Keep saying FTR. He says he's not here to start a fight because the last thing he wants to do is to embarrass the icon. Says that Darby Allin is not coming back. The crowd starts saying, "Shut the fuck up." MJF says, "Sting, can you do whatever he wants, but he can't fool people who solve their problems with gun violence in chest and in chest and in chest or wherever he was referring to in that." I know we're talking about for that one, but anyways, but he knows that Sting is never around whenever someone is with him, like his old friend Lex Luger. And then MJF gets in the ring. He starts saying, who's in the wheelchair, and also Sting just go right after MJF, beats him up, and then that's when we get Shawn Spears and Wardlow coming out, and basically Sting takes care of both of them to a point where Shawn Spears hits him with a steel chair, but Sting sells it, but then Wardlow attacks from behind, and then also the beatdown happens on Sting because Wardlow being the powerhouse of the group, and then basically took care of Sting, and then after that was done, also MJF and Shawn Spears and Wardlow's going to leave. All of a sudden Sting came back up, and then all of a sudden by the way, before that happened, basically I forgot to mention this too. MJF had a steel chair in a seat position on Sting to put on top of him, or some, I can't remember. Actually, he was sitting on the chair, and then also he's getting Sting, basically holding him and all that. And as he comes to promo, saying that he knows Darby is watching. Did I break you mentally, Darby Allin? He's holding Sting in the face. Looks down. Looks at the camera in there and saying the message to Darby Allin. Says that no matter how many times people chant his name, if you come back, this is your future, Darby. And saying because I am the past, the present, and the future of professional wrestling. And then Sting and then begins the part where Sting gets back on his feet, and then MJF sees that, and then he goes to wind up his diamond ring, his dynamite and diamond ring, and then boom, hits Sting with it. Just like he really did him with a ring, by the way. Not like how he never when he hits someone when he goes to hit someone with his diamond ring, he never hits him fully, but with Sting, he laid that in there. So, and that was it. So yeah, I thought the segment was well done, and it's really built up the whole thing where it's to Darby Allin versus MJF, which is obviously it's going to happen, but which we'll get to more of that when we get to those diamond the other diamond show. I meant to say, the one on that Wednesday. Now was that Wednesday, or was it? Yeah, shit, it was on that Wednesday. Or was it? Yeah, actually, it was on that Wednesday. But we'll get to that though. But Diamond go back on that Wednesday. But Tony Schiavone is interviewing Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who Britt Baker sends a message to Ty Conti, excuse me, at Full Gear, says that all Ty Conti has done in AEW is show her ass. And I say to myself, what's wrong with that? Her ass, she's got a nice ass, Ty Conti has a nice ass, so, and she's not shy to to show off her ass too. Just saying. But she says, while she has rise to the top, she promised to beat Ty Conti's ass that she loves to show so much at Full Gear. And yeah, she's gonna show a lot of that ass, a lot of that beautiful ass of Ty Conti. She's gonna show a lot of that, at Full Gear. So, and it's beautiful, and it's a beautiful ass too. So, I follow her on Instagram, and yeah. Anyways, the TBS World Championship Tournament of Penelope Ford versus Ruby Soho. The bell rings, and match happens, and not much to say about the match really. It was it was whatever. The match was whatever between the two. In the end, Ruby Soho wins, which I'm glad she did. So yeah, not much to say about that. It was a match, so I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything pertains to Penelope Ford, but I thought she was decent in the match though against Ruby Soho, so I'll give her that. And she tried to use brass knuckles, by the way, because the blame came out there, and then after the match they beat up on the on Ruby Soho. After the match, ridiculous stuff. Who could come to the savior for Ruby Soho, since Ruby Soho is dealing with the Bunny and Penelope Ford from the Hardy family office, and out comes Red Velvet from the Nightmare family. She basically she wants to form an alliance with Ruby Soho. So there you go. Now, and eventually they'll do a tag team match with those two, and it's probably gonna suck because the Bunny and Penelope Ford suck. But in this case, the Bunny was not the Bunny. In this case, Penelope Ford was fine in the match. MJF in the Pinnacle returns to Wardlow and Strong Spears. Basically, Wardlow asks MJF about why he did what he did, which is to throw him in front of Sting. Returns to Sting him with the bat. Basically asks MJF about and also running away while he got beat up. And then MJF says he assures that Wardlow is doing a good job, but he says that it's time it's too much to hold him accountable. So he's going to give Wardlow and an accountable little buddy in Shawn Spears. So, and also while this all is going on, with Wardlow being a little upset with MJF with that whole situation, at their meeting with Sting, not from this show, but pertains to the last time they the last Dynamite show, I should say. And Shawn Spears, as the MJF and Wardlow are discussing this whole thing, Shawn Spears is admiring his steel chair because he's the chairman. It was creepy. Bobby Fish versus Anthony Green. Who's Anthony Green? I have no idea. But I heard he was one of the guys that was released by WWE during the whole NXT cut, along with Bronson Reed, Bobby Fish, speaking of which, and Mercedes Martinez, and whatever have you and whatnot. Match happens and Bobby Fish wins. It was a squash. After the match, Bobby Fish beats up on Anthony Green, and then also CM Punk comes out. And it seems so was CM Punk's relationship with Anthony Green here. And then Bobby Fish basically challenges CM Punk to a match, I guess. I'm assuming that's what it was. But it did end up happening, which is to challenge facing each other to a match on the next Dynamite show, which is going to be CM Punk's Dynamite debut match, because since coming to AEW, he has not wrestled on Dynamite yet, and he's finally going to get the opportunity once we get to that review. So there you go. And basically, what pertains to Anthony Green, he looked like he was basically a cosplay of the Young Bucks, basically Matt Jackson, because of the color of his hair. So much for that. Tony Schiavone was backstage with Leo Rush and Dante Martin, which is being interviewed. He asks an update about the new tag team. This new tag team, this whole new tag team with Dante Martin and Leo Rush. Leo Rush says that he has to mentor Dante and show him the way, basically how it's done in the way. And he takes basically Leo Rush takes a shot at Matt Cardona, and Dante Martin all of a sudden defends Matt Sydal, which is him being the best in the world and all that. And then Leo Rush says that Dante is the best in the world, and he wants to help him show that he is the best in the world. Says that he knows that he's better than Matt Sydal, and asks Tony Khan, for a tag team match. Returns to the Sydal brothers versus Leo Rush and Dante Martin, and we'll get to how that changed from the fly, which again we'll get to that. World Title Eliminator Tournament continues on with Eddie Kingston versus Lance Archer, and the match by the way, this was the final. This is the final quarterfinals until we get to the semifinals. So, but this match happens. First, Lance Archer comes out and he gets attacked from behind by Eddie Kingston. Also, Archer gets some plant fan in the crowd, and then he starts doing what he's doing. Pertains to that fan, being chokeslammed onto Eddie Kingston, because everybody dies, And then also later on, and they got things under control, and then the match started, and it was back and forth. Fortunately, it didn't have a good finish, because what happened was Lance Archer went for a moonsault, and now obviously he missed the moonsault because Eddie Kingston got out of the way, but it was the way that Lance Archer landed and the way he rotated too. And it looked awkward when he rotated, and right there I was scared of what happened with him, because he basically landed on his head. But luckily he has two hands in the way, but he was still rocked, like he could he couldn't continue in the way, and he got in the ring after being checked on the doctor, Dr. Sampson, who checked on him, and also he goes back in the ring, and then they came up with this the finish on the fly by getting fruit roll up. Not just kidding. But basically roll him up. So damn shame, because I really want Lance Archer to win. Now I'm not sure if this was supposed to be the idea where Lance Archer was supposed to win, because of what happened with him, which is the injury he suffered in the match, or this is going to be the outcome either way with Eddie Kingston winning, because of what they're going to do with Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. And based how what happened on Dynamite, I think it's going to come out that way, which we'll get to when we get to it. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Actually, this isn't the final match for the quarterfinals. The other match that I haven't got to yet. It's going to be the final quarterfinal match, which we'll get to that. But yeah, it was a damn shame, man. And the match wasn't what it was expected to be, unfortunately. Dan Lambert in the middle of the year, they end up being in the ring, and they start talking about the inner circle. Basically ran down about this whole thing with what the inner circle and American Top Team has been doing leading up to this whole thing. And you have the crowds, booing Dan Lambert, not letting him speak and all that. Also, Sammy Guevara comes out, basically has exchange of words with with the group, and basically Dan Lambert suggested that for him to put his TNT title on the line against All Eagle Ethan Page, and if Ethan Page wins, not only he's the new champion, obviously, but retains Sammy Guevara, he must leave the inner circle. And retains to this whole stipulation. Basically, if Sammy Guevara wins, they get to choose of who are the members of the top teams. They get the faces. They get to face in this 10-man tag team match that's gonna happen at Full Gear, which is the inner circle versus American Top Team. So, and now we booked for the Dynamite show, which we'll get to that. But in the meantime, also after Sammy Guevara was done, talking, and also Men of the Year got on stage and basically when attacking Sammy Guevara was waiting for him to come up. You want to fight? Let's fight then. And they start fighting. Also, we get the inner circle of Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz, and JK coming out. There was no Jericho because Jericho I think he was on the Jericho cruise at the time, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I digress. Or that concert. He's part on that concert because I've seen a lot of his posts on Instagram that he's in the concert doing some concert, whatever. So it was part of some type of tour that he was doing, But there you go. But yeah, basically, the inner circle got the better of the American Top Team. There was not much of an American Top Team there anyway. So John Moxley, he was backstage cutting a promo. Basically, where he's not going to scream, he's not going to yell because it should be one of those times where he should do that, which is go up against 10 in his tournament. But he said that he's not going to do that because he talked about his daughter, retains his baby girl grab him by the him by the pinky, and he doesn't really care about the tournament, he doesn't care about the world title, or any demos or any ratings or whatever have you. All he cares about is come back home safely, to see his daughter. But I basically he says this, I'll get you before you get me. I'll win this whole damn thing. And that was it. I thought it was a good promo. The way it was delivered. Doesn't sound like it was a heel promo to me, but still, he's gonna be a heel. I think he's gonna be a heel, especially what happened holding with Eddie Kingston on that Dynamite show. Sammy Guevara came out there to do a whole cue card thing, which is to his feud with American Top Team and all that. So much for that. That's basically much for that. Brandon Cutler versus Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy wins. It wasn't really how do you maybe not care about a Jungle Boy match? But then Jungle Boy ends up getting a microphone saying this is not enough. I want to fight more of the Elite. So Adam Cole comes out, and all of a sudden they it was an ambush where it tends to super kick beating up on Jungle Boy from the ring to the stage, and then toss him off the stage and all that. And I'm not going to talk about the part that I was disgusted with, where it tends to what they did with Jungle Boy before they tossed him off, but I digress. But there you go, that was that segment. Miro, he's in the dark room talking about God. It is time for God. It is time for the champion return. How dare you test me? Basically, he's threatening God. Basically, in a way, he's mocking God. He mocks God. So there you go. But I thought it was a good promo though. I was like, okay, I don't know where it's going, but we'll see. Then we get to the main event. Malakai Black versus Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson. This is part 3. Match was good, except for one thing. It was overbooked like hell. You have the American, the Nightmare Family of Brock Anderson and Lee Johnson coming out. You have Malakai Black trying to get a steel chair, which I don't understand why he's always got to get a steel chair for. Cody Rhodes at one point got a table out, and then he did the crossroads onto Malakai Black off their apron to a table, and they start onto the bled job, where it tends to Malakai sending Cody Rhodes to the ring post. Basically, both of them were bleeding, and it took way too long to get to the point where what the hell they was trying to do there. That's a teaser. You know what that means. Anyways, with the match, so all that overkill, overbooked, and it ends up being a clusterfuck because of that whole thing, and to make matters even more fuckerish in a way. You had our answer again on the apron or in the ring because at this point we had a referee bump. Now I don't remember if there was a referee bump, but in this case, there might as well be a referee bump because they was doing everything in this match, putting out tables, putting out chairs. Yeah, outside interference from the Nightmare family. You had Arn Anderson getting involved, and you had two guys bloodied up. And Cody Rhodes and Malakai Black. You had Andrade El Idolo coming out to do the hand gesture of the gun to Arn Anderson, and then out comes from behind to Arn Anderson in the ring with a laptop or tablet, whatever that was, from the assistant Jose. Arn Anderson gives him a spine buster, and then Arn Anderson goes after Malakai, and then Arn Anderson gets poison mist, black mist, and then Andrade El Idolo try to come in. Pat comes out to attack Andrade El Idolo. And then the match continues with Cody Rhodes and Malakai Black. And they were from there having a good match. Back and forth in a way, Cody Rhodes doing the crossroads, kicking out of that. Malakai Black went for his black mass. Cody Rhodes rode to the ropes. That way Malakai couldn't get the win. And they were battling. They kept on battling. Like I said, okay, this is good now. Finally, all the shenanigans out of the way. What this should have been the match all along. Where it tends to have them this this long match where it could have been just between Cody Rhodes and Malakai Black instead of all this fucking shenanigans that's become an overkill, overbooked, or overproduced, and a clusterfuck. Finally, we get to a point where Cody Rhodes, giving him every move he can. The natural, the beautiful disaster kick. He may have hit some more. I think he may have hit the Cody Cutter too as well. I can't remember if he did or not. Maybe he did that first, and then the disaster kick. Basically, he went for every move he can, and then the crossroads again, and then goes for the double on the hook, gives him tiger driver. I was thinking to myself, is he going for the pedigree? But instead, he went for the tiger driver instead. And then 1, 2, 3. Why the fuck did Cody Rhodes have to fucking win? And I get what they're doing. It's the storyline redemption for Cody Rhodes. Why does it have to be at the expense of Malakai Black? You want to do a redemption storyline for Cody Rhodes that has nothing to do with Malakai Black? Here's an idea. Turn Cody Rhodes fucking heel. Turn him heel against the babyface Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho's a babyface. Let those two have their match where it tends to Cody Rhodes beating Jericho, where if he beats Jericho, the whole thing of him not getting the opportunity for the world title ever, as long as that stipulation was intact, to be lifted, to no longer be contact no more. That's the way to do the redemption storyline for Cody Rhodes. And for what? Because Malakai Black was making the Nightmare family live in hell, because attacking the Nightmare family, I should say. With the whole thing with Arn Anderson, with Brock Anderson, with Lee Johnson. Hell, you might as well and the whole thing with Brandi Rhodes made no sense either. What tends to that whole thing with her being involved. But and then you have Red Velvet getting involved now, and Kylan King getting involved. Where it tends to then they were building up for this third match between these two. Cody Rhodes didn't need this win. Now it doesn't it doesn't downgrade Malakai Black in a way. It doesn't bury Malakai Black, but this doesn't help the case at all for Malakai Black at the same time, because Malakai Black should have been an unstoppable force, a guy who should not be beaten. Like you do with Miro, for example. Miro, you kept him strong for a whole minus the whole thing with how they debut him pertains to the whole thing being a gamer, the whole thing Kip Sabian and play before, but I digress. But at least they still kept him strong. Pertains to that whole thing. It was better late than never that they decided to turn him into a monster now, and become this monster dominance. I thought they did a great job with him. And you could have done the same thing with Malakai Black. Instead, you just have him lose to Cody Rhodes for the sake of Cody Rhodes just to get his fucking win back. And Garrett fucking too is all also because of this dumbass reality TV show that's I'm pretty sure it was Brandy Rose's idea for this whole Rose to the Top, more like Rose to the Trash. That fucking reality TV show. So fucking stupid, man. I can't believe this, man. I fucking can't believe this shit. There was no point for Cody Rhodes getting that win. Cody Rhodes gains nothing out of this win over Malakai Black. And now who's going to be next? Well, based on what they're doing with the whole thing with Malakai Black and Andrade El Idolo. Yeah, Andrade El Idolo being an alliance. That's who's next too. And it was confirmed too. Once we get to that. So this is gonna be Cody Rhodes' road, I should say, to redemption, to pursue his to go after the AEW World Championship title whenever that happens. Out of the expense of Malakai Black for putting them out, Nightmare Family into hell and everything. It's not get putting the entire family into hell. Pertains to going to the Nightmare Factory or wherever, pertains to the school or wherever. And also, I forgot the whole thing with Dustin Rose too, by the way, because Malakai Black and Dustin Rose had a match too, and Dustin Rose was taken out by Malakai Black too as well. But at the same time, like, yeah, Cody Rhodes is a fucking savior. He's the fucking savior. He's gotta have that win back, Again, your redemption storyline with Cody Rhodes, to get for that redemption is for him to go after Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is the one that beat him. For him not to go after the world title, because that was the time when Chris Jericho was the champion. That was the storyline. The stipulation was if Cody Rhodes doesn't beat Chris Jericho, he will not go after the world title ever. For the rest of of his career in the AEW. You tell me this whole thing that they're doing with Cody Rhodes, this whole redemption thing is it's going to lead to all that. And you had to have Cody Rhodes, by the way, to be the first ever TNT champion, which I was not a fan of. I was a fan of Lance Archer winning it, and look what Lance Archer is right now. Still a guy who can get a fucking break in AEW. So yes, I was not happy with Cody Rhodes getting this win. Obviously. Well, usually I say that's gotta be Malakai, but in this case he lost because that's gotta be a fucking living nightmare. Now I don't hate Cody, and that's nothing. I don't hate Cody Rhodes, folks. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna be a fan of his anymore. I'm still a fan of Cody Rhodes. There's still an appeal of Cody Rhodes, but man, this was so fucking selfish. So fucking selfish. So that was that. So total my wrestling was 6 matches, and my overall strength for the show for Dynamite Saturday Night, I was gonna give this an 8 out of 10 if Malakai Black would have won, despite the whole overbooking of that match, which I still thought it was a good match though. Doesn't mean I hated the match, other than I hated the finish and how they booked it. Pertains to how they this whole thing with all these interferences, all the blood shedding, taking too long, tables, chairs, whatever have you, and maybe there was a referee, but I don't remember if there was or not. So maybe I probably would get an 8 out of 10, or maybe an 8.9 out of 10. Because I still thought the show was good, though. But based on that, 6 out of 10. I gotta lower it down. All because that Cody has to get that win over on Malakai Black. And also, that will do it for your All Elite Wrestling review for AEW Dynamite from that Saturday night. And there you go. That being said, we go for watching for It's Natural Scary Thriller. Saying peace on the streets, be well, stay safe, take care of everything that's going on in the world, wear your mask, hand sanitize your hand, wear your gloves of any kind, get vaccinated, be better, be respectful, be appreciative, to love one another, God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. Fly him out here, ta-ta for now, you all take care.